Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. I thought today's topic would be very timely with the new year, and I thought I would do a topic of detoxification. So a lot of people ask me about detoxifying and ways that they can detoxify. So I'm going to just give you some very simple ways that are more natural ways than doing like a juice fast or doing like buying a fasting thing from the health food store and things like that. So, because I do believe that simple things can be done to detoxify and not like always like these really major ways of detoxifying, depending on your situation, of course. But for most people, most of these tips will be helpful to you, hopefully. So what I want to talk about first is with detoxification. What our bodies do naturally is our bodies are constantly detoxifying. So that's our liver's main source. Our liver has so many functions within the body. It's one of the most important organs, but especially for detoxification, that is the organ's main goal, is detoxification. So all these little things that I'm going to give you, these little tips, are mainly to help the organ, the liver organ, do what it's supposed to be doing. So we don't want to make it hard or taxing on our organs to do what they naturally want to do for us, right? So we want to help them out a little bit, and that especially the liver when it comes to detoxification. So that's going to avoid a lot of health issues and a lot of other symptoms that people have when they do need a detox. So how do you know you need a detox? Well, for many, many reasons. The list goes on and on, but I'm going to give you some common ones that people complain about. And keep in mind, these could be other issues of other things going on, but you could always try a detox because most people feel better with a bit of a detox. And I recommend doing a detox once or twice a year or 4 times a year. But if you incorporate these tips into your daily habits, you won't really need to do a detox so often. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is the symptoms and how you know you might need to get a detox or do a detox. So if you're tired, if you're sluggish, if you have a hard time concentrating, if you get headaches, if you are bloated all the time, if you have dark circles under your eyes, skin issues like you're breaking out with acne or maybe eczema could also be another symptom. Digestion issues, if you're having problems digesting your food, if you're unhappy, even emotionally or overwhelmed or feeling somewhat depressed, you could benefit from a detox. So the first thing that's going to help you is that if you get sleep. So that's the very first tip. It's very difficult for a lot of people, including myself. I have issues with sleep that have gotten better over time, but sleep is really important. And I'm going to say number 1 for detoxifying. Why? Because that's when our liver goes into detox mode. That's when our liver is working on cleaning out the body, getting rid of toxins. The liver does this. Our body does all kinds of functions when we're sleeping to keep us healthy. I've talked about this in a lot of my videos, like homeostasis is constantly going on with the body, but especially when we sleep. So it's important to get sleep so that the body can rebuild and maintain tissue and especially detoxify. So really important for sleep more than ever for this reason. And if you do struggle with getting sleep, this might be also why you're tired and sluggish and everything like that. Those symptoms will come into play, but also you might be building up some toxins because your body is not able to naturally detoxify while you're sleeping. So on the same topic, but also digestion. So it's important to have good digestion for a million reasons. We know to assimilate nutrients, so that we're not constipated and everything's flowing properly and our food is being digested, because you can eat as healthy as possible. And if your body is not assimilating those nutrients to nourish your body, then there's no point, right? So there are things that can help a lot with digestion. I'm going to do a whole video on just digestion coming up maybe next week or the week after. I'm sort of working on that. So digestion is important when it comes to detoxification. And I'll tell you why. The main reason why. You don't want to, you hear these things like don't eat before you go to sleep. Most people think that you're not supposed to eat before you go to sleep because they don't want to gain weight. This is what people do. Well, I'm lying here and I'm not really moving and, you know, I'm going to gain weight. That's not why. That's not why I tell people not to eat before bed. The reason is you should stop eating, I would say, like 3 to 4 hours before bed, even more if you can, if at all possible, but at least 3 or 4 hours before bed. Because what's going to happen is if you eat something before you go to sleep, your body, even if you fall asleep, your body is going to be digesting that food while you're sleeping. And you're probably thinking, like, what's the problem? Well, your body's not supposed to be digesting. Your body's supposed to be, as I said, detoxifying while you sleep. There are 2 different systems in the body. One is the parasympathetic nervous system and one is the sympathetic nervous system. So you want to make sure that if the body is digesting food, the body is not going to be detoxifying. So that's a really, really important reason why we shouldn't eat before we go to bed. So give it 3-4 hours, more if you can, that's great. And, you know, if you really, really can't go that long, you have to start eating earlier in the day so that you're not so hungry in the evening. And that's what people do. They don't eat all day and then they get really hungry in the evening. So just simply for the digestive reason and the body wanting to, should be detoxing at that time, that's why you want to avoid eating before you go to bed. So that's another thing that's really important with sleep and eating before sleeping. So another good tip is going to be to drink water. So we know there are a million reasons why we should be hydrating constantly with water. So just uptake your water intake. Water is good. It's going to give you energy. If you're tired or sluggish, a lot of people that are tired don't drink water. They don't drink any water or not enough water. So drinking water and hydrating you, it's also going to help with digestion, get things flowing. It's going to help with constipation. And we all know that when you go to the bathroom, that's another way that toxins leave the body. So water is great for that as well. So make sure that you drink lots of water. You want to be eating high fiber foods, again, for the elimination part about detoxifying. That's how toxins also leave the body, is through detoxification. Just want to go back to water for 1 second. Another way the body releases toxins is by sweating. So you want to make sure that you're drinking water. If you're exercising a lot or doing things that make you sweat, you want to make sure that you're replenishing and hydrating the body after sweating, right? So another way the body releases toxins. So going back to the high fiber foods, they're going to help with elimination, they're going to help with constipation and not things bunching up, and going to help out with the other organs, and again, what these organs are meant to be doing for our bodies. So fiber foods, you want to have like whole grains, you want to have a lot of vegetables. We know that vegetables are very high in fiber. Fruits can be high in fiber as well. Some more than others, but fruits definitely are fibrous. Nuts and seeds are wonderful sources of fiber, and legumes. So black beans, lentil beans, any of the beans really are pretty high in fiber. So you want to incorporate that and make sure you're getting enough fiber. Most people are not getting enough fiber. So eat clean. That's a really good, gentle way of detoxing the body, especially after the holidays and eating all the rich foods that everybody's been eating. So eat clean. So clean means it's not processed. It didn't come in a box. It didn't come from the fast food place. It's not from a restaurant. It's clean eating. So, things that are not overly processed, things that are not refined. And most of us know how to eat clean. So that's a really good way to give your body a break from all the refined and packaged and, as I said, over rich foods that we've been eating over the holidays. So just go back to what you know as clean eating. So anything that your grandparents would recognize as food, consume that. And that's pretty much clean eating. And that's really going to help you in all aspects of this. So you're going to sleep better, you're going to go to the bathroom better, and you're going to help your body give your organs a bit of a break, because you don't want to be putting any more toxic food into your system, so that, again, we're helping the liver out. We're helping the liver do its job. So that's clean eating. And then you want to eat foods that help detoxify. So there's a lot of foods that actually aid in detoxification of our bodies. So I'm going to throw out a couple to you. I wrote a list. There's tons and tons and tons of foods that help detoxify, but the main ones and the most common ones are lemon water. So having some lemon water daily. You could have it all day if you want to, but especially in the morning on an empty stomach is really good for the liver, really good to help elimination, to go to the bathroom, and just overall health. And I say this all the time, it's the world's oldest remedy, like known natural remedy, is lemon water. So lemon water, garlic we know is good. Turmeric is a fantastic for detoxification. Add it to your food, add it to, as much things that you're cooking as possible. Artichokes, green tea we know is great. Asparagus, ginger, and ground flax seeds can be really good for detoxification. Again, the list goes on and on. So you also want, I always talk about food, but we don't think about other things that are toxins going in our bodies, right? So perfume can be a toxin. There's up to 4,000 chemicals in some perfumes. Skin creams can have toxins. Soap, makeup can have toxins. Cleaning products, especially cleaning products. So don't get so freaked out. I don't think you have to change all of this at once, because that's just going to make you crazy. And I mean, I don't know anybody who's perfect in all these regards. So I always say to people, pick what's important to you. So for example, cleaning products. If you're cleaning your house all the time and maybe you have pets or you have children and you're just really cognizant of these chemicals throughout the air, or you're just doing this for yourself, that's totally fine. And if you pick one thing, so for example, cleaning products, learn how to make your own natural cleaning products. There are 5 million recipes on the internet that can help you. Vinegar and water is great. Lemon and vinegar and water. There are so many variations that people find work for them. So you can really, again, I know somebody that this is the thing that she focuses on, and she's got really good health, and this is what she focuses on. Like, she eats well too, but this is really her thing besides eating well that she focuses on. And she attributes it to a lot of her health, because she doesn't get headaches the way she used to, and she just doesn't feel as lethargic as she used to. So again, pick one area. Maybe it's natural makeup or natural skin creams, like things that we put on our body go into our body. So I mean, the skin is the biggest organ of the body. So things that we're breathing in obviously are going to affect us, right? So that's another thing to consider. Again, don't make yourself crazy with thinking you have to make all these changes at once, but it's something else to really consider, because there are a lot of toxins in a lot of these products. So now exercise. Exercise is great for removing toxins. I talked about that with sweat. So you want to move and you want to breathe. So you can do something like yoga. They actually have hot yoga that you can do. Most of us know about this, that, you can go and sweat it out. But just move. Even if you can't, like, if you're not doing it to sweat, move your body. So it'll help with energy. It'll help you. It'll give you more energy. You'll sleep better if you exercise. Again, it helps with the elimination of toxins. And what we don't really talk about too much, and I'm going to say this is the most important thing, is we need to detox mentally. So a lot of people are just in autopilot and depressed and sad and lonely and whatever is going on, but we need to detox mentally. We are living in an age where we are just being bombarded with information, with the news, with the internet, with our cell phones. We're being bombarded with information, and it is affecting our mental health. If you don't think it is, you are sadly kidding yourself. So I'm just saying that perhaps, just like everything else, like just with food, we know that we have to take a break. We can't be eating chemicals all the time and crap all the time. We know it's going to affect us, right? The same with mental health. It's going to affect you if you're continuously doing things that don't make you feel good, or that make you sad, or that make you depressed, or that make you, exhausted mentally. So a few things that we can do to detox mentally is manage stress. So stress, to me, over food, over anything else, is probably the biggest health issue. It causes the most health problems. You could be the healthiest person. If you're stressed, it's not good for your health. Your body's going to be in constant fight or flight syndrome that I talk about all the time, and it's not good for your health, right? So your body's constantly going to be like fighting this perceived bear, right? Whether it's real or not real, it's going to be fighting this, and not a good state to be in for a million reasons. So find ways to manage your stress. Again, you can exercise, you can meditate, you can speak to somebody, a professional, or you can speak to a friend, somebody that you love and trust. Or just take it easy. Like, just let go of things that are no longer serving you. and try to make some changes in your life so that you're not so stressed. If you're commuting for 4 hours or 3 hours, whatever it is a day, look into getting another job. It's worth it if you're so stressed out and you're not spending enough time at home, and it's just worth it, totally worth it. So do these things for your own mental health and for your benefit, and it'll make you a better person, and everyone else around you will also feel the impact of that, because most people are walking around stressed out beyond belief, full of mental stress. So you want to detoxify mentally. You want to find ways to manage your stress. Avoid the news at all if possible. Avoid, social media as much as possible if it's something that is getting to you, and it does to all of us. I've heard so many people complain to me about social media and how negative it is, and how they find, just get off of social media or limit your time. Say, I'm going to only go on 20 minutes today, or I'm only going to go on 10 minutes today, or I'm only going to go on, half an hour, whatever it is. Limit that time and try to have that time, whether it's the news or social media, whatever it is that you're doing on the computer, make sure that it's positive stuff that you're looking at, like surround yourself with positive people, and try to give your 20 minutes of social media, whatever it is a day, on something positive, something that is contributing to the world, not taking away, and something positive, something lighthearted, perhaps something that makes you feel good, whatever it is that you like. If it's dogs, like I love looking at dogs. I could look at dogs all day on social media, as long as they're not getting abused, obviously. But I could look at animals all day on social media. That's my thing. I really, really love watching people's dogs and their stories and all that stuff. So I follow people that, that do these things, that do these positive things, or only talk about positive things. People that love their job, people that love traveling, people that love rock and roll music. I have like 90% of my social media are people that go to concerts and that love music and are positive people. So, whatever it is that you like, follow those people. Follow people that teach you something. Follow people that share lovely, positive things. And, stay away from negative people, negative news, negative social media. All of that is getting to you, whether you realize it or not. So we want to make sure, watch our time on our phones. We're all guilty of it. But as I said, give yourself, say, normally I go on, I don't know, an hour a day, whatever. I'm going to only go on 20 minutes a day. Right? So limit that time on the phone. Be more present with the people that you're with and not on your phone. That's going to affect you, and that's going to affect them. They are not, a lot of people do not like that. I don't either. So, don't, when you're spending time with someone, avoid time on your phone as much as possible. Journaling is great to help detoxify mental clutter. Putting things down on paper, how you feel about certain things, or how you're feeling about something in particular, can sort of help you work through that. Another thing, I'm going to get to it in a minute, is journaling gratitude. So every day wake up and grab your journal beside your bed and write down 3 things that you're grateful for, or 5 things that you're grateful for. And if you don't have one thing to be grateful for, you're lying. The fact that you're breathing, there's something to be grateful for. So even if you can only think of 3 things, I disagree. I think there's so many more things to be grateful for. Or you just write the 3 most important things, whatever it is. Do that when you get up, and do that before you go to sleep. And see how that builds up in time, and how many things you find so grateful, to the fact that you're almost going to fill up your book every day, because you'll get to that point that you will find everything that you never saw in that light before. You'll be grateful for everything. Your feet hitting the ground, your head hitting the pillow when you go to sleep, your house, your car, your job. Even if you don't like it, you have a job. So there's so many things to be grateful. Being alive, number 1. So being grateful really helps. It changes our mindset. And when you're grateful, you are going to be attracted to more positive people, and you are going to attract more positive people. So relax, give yourself, just like the phone time, that time you're saving on your phone. So if, let's say you're normally on for an hour, but you're going to go on for 20 minutes, that other 40 minutes, relax. Sit down, read a book, put your feet up, whatever, go take a bath, whatever it is that really relaxes you, a cup of tea, whatever it is. Use that time instead of the time you normally would spend on your phone. And now you have time to do these things that You say you don't have time for it. So there's something else. So meditation is huge for clearing the mind and just being at ease and at peace with the world and with yourself. So meditation is great, and prayer is great if you're a religious person. How I always explain to people, this is kind of my view on things, is that praying is speaking to God. Praying is speaking to source, speaking to spirit, however it is or whoever it is that you pray to. Meditation is listening. That's the difference. And they're both great. Not to take one away from the other, but that's the difference between prayer and meditation. And it's important to listen to source and spirit and quiet our minds and get in a good place. And I tell you, your life will change if you start meditating. So gratitude was connecting with nature. Sorry, it's really important. I talk about this a lot, to connect with nature. It's winter time where I am, and probably where you are. I'm in Canada. It's, people say, I can't, how am I going to do this? You can go out for a 10-minute walk. Not every day is freezing cold. I'm grateful for my dog because he gets me off my butt and out for a walk even when I don't want to, and I still enjoy it. So connect with nature. It does so much for our well-being and our state of mind. Especially at this time of year. So be around positive people. I've talked about that, and have lots and lots of gratitude. Keep your gratitude journal. Remind yourself, even without your journal, every day when you get up in the morning, grateful for my house. I'm grateful that I can take a shower. I'm grateful that I could can sit and do my hair for a minute. Whatever it is that you're grateful for. Those are things that I am grateful for, but I'm grateful for everything. I try to be grateful for everything, and it really does change the course of the day and gives you like eyes to see, a new vision to see all the great things that you have in your life that you probably, I'm going to include myself, we take for granted every day, and that we forget to appreciate. And it's so important to have gratitude. So for detoxification, I'm going to give you 3 R's, right? I'm going to tell you, so to detoxify, if you're interested in detoxifying, all these tips that I've used, you can rewind the video and, check out whichever ones resonate with you. But not one thing is going to make a huge difference. So, and you don't have to try everything to make this difference, but you'll have to do a few things and be cognizant of when you're detoxifying and why you're doing it and exactly the reasons why. So set an intention before you start that this is why you're doing this, because you want to look better, or you want to feel better, or you want to be healthy. Whatever the intention is, set that intention. So do that before you start your detoxification program or whatever it is you're doing. Set that intention, and then you're going to do the 3 R's. So you're going to reflect. You're going to think of, perhaps things that you might be doing that aren't so kind to your body, or ways in which your body's been talking to you lately that you're tired and you're sluggish and you're not feeling so good and you're feeling like down or whatever it is. Reflect on these things. Set your intention of what you want to change. Then you're going to refocus. You're going to let go of that stuff, refocus, because now you're doing your detoxification, and you're going to focus on that and focus on the success of that and all the wonderful things that it's going to bring to you. And then you're going to resurface. So you're going to resurface once the detoxification is in effect, and resurface as this detoxified person that's full of health and full of joy and on the road to great, wonderful health. So I hope that this was helpful to you, this video on detoxification. Be well, and I will talk to you soon, and thank you for watching.